Hey everyone, my name's Adam. This show is called Defogging Pokemon Battles. Today's episode is an introduction to priority, speed, and switching. It's been said that speed is the most important stat in Pokemon. This is because in Pokemon battles, it matters who attacks first. After you and your opponent have chosen your attacks, who moves first is determined by two main factors, priority and speed. Priority is a value determined by the attack that you're using. Every attack has a priority value that ranges anywhere from +5 to -7. Once you and your opponent have selected your attacks, the attack with the higher priority value will always move first. If these values are tied, then the Pokemon with the higher speed will move first. Since the vast majority of attacks have a speed priority of 0, usually speed is the determining factor for which Pokemon moves first. Like attack, defense, and hit points, speed is a stat that your Pokemon has that will increase as your Pokemon levels up. When priority is not a factor, the Pokemon whose speed stat is higher will move first. Every Pokemon has a set maximum and minimum for what its speed stat can be. In Showdown, hovering over the opponent's Pokemon can show you this range. In other applications, though, this is something that you're going to want to start to memorize. Not every Pokemon will have its speed maxed out to its full potential. Some builds will prioritize hit points, attack, or defense. But when starting out, it's good to assume that the opponent's speed is fully maxed out. This will let you more reliably predict whether you or your opponent will move first. No matter how well you can predict things though, there will always be times when you'll be surprised by your opponent using a speed-enhancing item or a priority attack. In Gen 7, there are 35 attacks that move faster than average, and 14 attacks that move slower than average. Of the faster than average moves, the most significant ones are going to be the offensive attacks. You're probably familiar with Quick Attack. This is a simple offensive move that has a speed priority of 1. This means that a Pokemon using Quick Attack will attack before most other attacks. The only exceptions are other attacks with a speed priority of 1 or greater. There are a bunch of other attacks that work like Quick Attack. These are Accelerock, Aqua Jet, Bullet Punch, Ice Shard, Mach Punch, Shadow Sneak, and Water Shuriken. Each of these attacks has a speed priority of 1. In this priority tier, you've also got Sucker Punch, which is more powerful but only works if the opponent is using a damaging attack on you. Since each of these moves have a speed priority of 1, they will strike before most other moves which have a speed priority of 0. If two Pokemon both use an attack with a speed priority of 1, i.e. if I use Quick Attack and my opponent uses Quick Attack, then speed is used to break the tie and the fastest Pokemon will attack first. Moving up to the second priority tier, we have Extreme Speed, which is basically just a souped up version of Quick Attack with a higher base power and a speed priority of 2. We've got the attack Feint, which has a pretty low base power and is mainly used to counter, protect, and detect. Then we've got First Impression, which also has a speed priority of 2, but only works on your Pokemon's first turn out of the Pokeball. Moving up to Tier 3, we have the attack Fake Out, which is like First Impression, only it will make the opponent flinch as well. Then up in Tier 4, we've got the attacks Protect, Detect, Spiky Shield, Baneful Bunker, and King's Shield. Having a speed priority of 4 means that these protecting attacks will activate even before faster than average moves, like Extreme Speed. Other faster than average attacks include Helping Hand, Endure, Magic Coat, Snatch, Quick Guard, Wide Guard, Spotlight, Ally Switch, Follow Me, Rage Powder, Baby Doll Eyes, Bide, Ion Deluge, and Powder. For slower than average attacks, we have the offensive attacks Vital Throw, Beak Blast, Focus Punch, and Shell Trap, as well as Avalanche and Revenge. We have the countering moves Counter and Mirror Coat. We have attacks that force the opponent to switch Pokemon, like Roar, Whirlwind, Dragon Tail, and Circle Throw, and there's also Teleport and Trick Room. There are also a handful of abilities, items, and attacks that mess with speed priority, and we'll cover those in a future video. So how does priority relate to switching? It turns out that switching your Pokemon out supersedes any attack no matter what its speed priority is, effectively making it jump to the top of the priority list. This is what makes switching such a vital part of competitive Pokemon battling. If you decide to switch out Pokemon, the switch occurs before any attack hits, except one attack. By now you've probably seen the move Pursuit. It's been around since Gen 2, and it's a dark type attack that ordinarily does 40 damage. What you might not know is that Pursuit has a special effect that effectively lets it jump straight to the top of the speed priority list, even above switching, but only if the targeted Pokemon is about to switch out. i.e., if you're switching and your opponent uses Pursuit, your Pokemon will get hit by the attack before the switch happens. In this case, Pursuit's base power is also doubled. In competitive Pokemon battles, it's important to think about minimizing the number of hits you take and maximizing the number of hits you inflict on your opponent. In any Pokemon battle, the trainer with the higher number of Pokemon has a greater advantage because they have more options. When you attack first, you'll tend to get more kills and take less damage, so maximizing your speed, using priority to your advantage, and switching out strategically to absorb damage effectively will help give you the upper hand. Our next video is going to cover strategic switching. Hit the link in the description to continue on.